I'm sorry that I called you so late.
All right.
I just miss you. You thought you wasted on me.
All right, my dogs. A little Morgan Wallen radio in the morning. Never heard anybody. I've been listening to a little bit too much 80s rock. I need a little country in my life. Good morning, my dogs. My name is Scott Redler. I am the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. I am also the founder of Red Dog Mindset. Hopefully everyone's feeling well. It is Thursday. I feel like the week is moving kind of fast. We were off Monday. Lots going on. Lots to be careful of. You know, you have to always be careful. You always have to be planned. That's what we do every day. I start my morning in the sauna. I get my mind right. I do a 20-minute workout where I'm feeling good. I get my blood flowing. I start thinking about my positions. I start thinking about some mistakes of the week. I start thinking about some good decisions. You have to respect the good decisions and think about the bad ones and then move forward, you know, and not be a stick in the mud. Anyway, hopefully everyone's feeling well. At this point, take a look at this chart. Just like that, the SPYs just continue to crawl higher. If you remember last week, everybody got all up in arms because the CPI was hot, the PPI was hot, and the market went up. It happens. You know, you can't you can't make the market do what you want it to do. You can only be the jockey of the horse, right? You got to ride that horse. And you know, we came in and held 598.50. And then this week we digested above the 8-day, played a little catch up, and boom, 613.23, just like that. How did you handle it? Qs, look at this. Same kind of thing. Very healthy, working higher. All of a sudden, you hit 540, the 8 days catching up, going sideways, and, you know, stutter stepping. But the problem is that, you know, it's very, very specific in nature. And there are feels like there's a lot of potholes out there. That's why yesterday, I'm like, guys, you got to respect the sell rules. Okay, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. A lot of guys around the world have the sell rules printed out on their desk. Why? Because it helps. And, you know, a stock like Palantir, okay, PLTR, which has been absolutely fantastic for investors, for traders. Every now and then, you know, you get to a level where it gets a little frothy, and then all of a sudden, boom, you know, it has one of these type days. One of these days where, you know, it's in a nice trend from earnings and it's stair-stepping higher. And then what happens? Gets above a prior high and fails. That's a sell rule. Then what happens? Gets below a prior low, changes direction. That's another adjustment of sell rule. Some guys made a ton of money short this thing yesterday, you know, or just got out of their longs if they've been in a swing since 99.32. I do post sell rules. So I gave you guys this yesterday, which you guys already should have. Okay, what are the sell rules? Well, here, where's the sell rules? Sell rules, right here. Okay, this is something you should be printing out. 4 different sell rules. Have it on your desk. Sell strength. What does that mean? That means reduce some of your longs into strength. So if you go here, this is the alpha team. Okay. I have a decent amount of Microsoft on because Microsoft gave me a trigger yesterday to buy because it got above a spot, showed relative strength, and wound up making good money. So I've already trimmed a little bit coming in, so I sell a little bit. That's one of the sell rules. Okay, another sell rule is sell when it doesn't hold above a prior high, right? If it doesn't hold above a prior high, it can't continue. In order to continue in the direction of the prior day, it's got to get above and stay above a prior high. If it doesn't do that, you trim a little bit more. And then if it happens to go red, maybe then it can pull back, and then you want to see where the dip goes. And if it, you know, the trade really changes when it gets below a prior low. That means if it was strong in an active sequence, that active sequence might be over. So when an active sequence ends and you're in it for that active sequence, you got to kind of get out of the way. So anyway, let's see if I could take that off. So let's get back to the Trend Spider. Trend Spider is actually the platform that I use. So anyway, so that was that. Okay, so what happened is got above 125, didn't hold, got below 118, broke the 8-day, went as low as 108.56. So Palantir is getting a little downside follow through. It's at 108.64, which is right here. maybe there's a trade from red to green today, or not. I ultimately think now it's going to work its way down to 101.74, kind of like the juice is loose here, meaning, just kind of trapped all these late buyers. But that happens. The same thing happened with Meta, right? Meta was having a really nice trend. I went over this actually the day before, and I said, I think yesterday, don't get caught in a name like Palantir that's just been in cruise control higher. What happened here? Meta was in cruise control. Wasn't it in cruise control? What is cruise control? It just traveling along the 8-day. Yeah, a lot of money to be made. Got above prior high, got above 631, went to 740. Then what happened? It didn't get above a prior high, so it didn't, trigger that sell rule. But once it got below 725, okay, and stayed below, which it hasn't done during this pretty much entire trend, that was your stop. And then it got below the 8-day and wound up hitting a low of what yesterday? It hit a low of 695. So this was 691. This is your new point of reference. This is 695. So what does that mean now? It means it's got to rebuild. It means that the trade changed. When the trade changes, you got to change with it. Otherwise, you're caught. Otherwise, you're going to lose more money than you need to. And there's a fine line between making money and losing money. As far as some of these earnings for option plays, I got to tell you, they're pretty damn annoying. For those of you who are in grab with me, I have options on, and they're going to be probably a zero. Okay, I did make really good money in the stock. I was buying the stock with everyone on the Alpha team and you guys, and sold some into 552, bought some, sold it, and I do have some $6 calls that I spent 30 cents on just in case it was a great report. And guess what? It's not. It's down 50 cents. It is what it is. I'm just happy earnings season is kind of ending because this wasn't a great earnings season for me. Dash was fantastic, but there were like 5 other earnings plays that wound up losing a lot of money. So you work all day long finding really good trades, and then boom, you get a few bad ones. Like Grab, I'm in. It's not going to work. I'm also in Toast. Toast is down 99 cents. Both had decent setups. Didn't work. Toast, I thought it was going to be like an Apple oven kind of, and it just not the case. So anyway, risk is premium paid. I'm going to move on. I was in my sauna today. I was in the 20 at 520. Like, oh my goodness, another bad earnings play. But then I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. Going to move on. It's February 20th. There are 240 trading days. Did my workout, sweated out, got in my ice barrel, and I'm getting ready for the day, and I'm going to control what I can control. If you guys want to see what that's all about, subscribe to on the public Twitter. You press subscribe. It's $10 a month. A month, not a day or not a week. A month. That means, not even an iced coffee. If you want to, if you need an accountability buddy, if you want to get up and see what I'm thinking and get your mind right and get in the right routine, 20 at 520 leads right into this, the 30 at 630, which I do not charge for. I've been giving it out for free since 2020. So if you've been finding value in the 630 club, then you should subscribe above. But anyway, what was really good yesterday? Microsoft. Microsoft was on my radar. Microsoft, I came in yesterday. This is what I said. I'm buying options in Microsoft. It feels like it's getting better. It triggered above 410.74. Bought the stock. And now you're getting a little follow through in Microsoft. So that's nice. So that's helpful. That's just a great trade. That followed a lot of rules, right? Granted, it's below the moving averages, but you had a nice little descending channel here. And, I even was able to tweet that to Redler Premium. People like Red Dog, what's Redler Premium? I'm like, well, that's RAA. That's my private Twitter. That's right here. So I did yesterday. I was, where was I? I was doing my push-ups. So I sent a nice little text to Redler All Access, which some of you have, some of you don't, which was right here, right? They get to see my VTF during the day, right here. I did buy Microsoft. What time was this? This was I just lost it. Hold on. What time was this? This was right here. Whatever it was, 17 hours ago. I think it was sometime around 1 o'clock. I did buy Microsoft 411-ish because it got above 410.50. That was part of my plan. Stop at 409 and never hit it. Showed a little staying power. Hey, and then an hour later, trimmed some at 413.75. Isn't that a nice trade? Okay, not after the fact, not going over it. I like to teach you guys. I like to get everyone in the motion. That was a nice little trade, and now I still have it. I just trimmed some, and Microsoft right now is at 416 and change. So there you go. So anyway, connect the dots. That's all you could do as a trader. But you're never going to connect the dots if you're not thinking clearly, if you're not process isn't strong, if your routine's not there. But this was good. Maybe it works towards 422. Let me say hello to some of my dogs from around the world. You guys could talk to me here also. The Alpha team could talk to me all day long, but you guys could talk to me here on YouTube and on Twitter. Let's see what everyone's saying. Ooh, Joe Repasol says Tesla's looking ready. That's true. I am in some Tesla. Tesla was a great trade on the Alpha team. It was down $1 while the futures were down like 15. I'm like, that's the first thing of relative strength. And then I said, did you guys see the news that Elon is raising money for X at a 44 billion valuation? Maybe that means he's not going to sell some Tesla to fund it. Maybe that's an overhang that's off. And yesterday, Tesla was a great trade. I made my money in the first 20 minutes, and then it kind of hung in there. So do I agree with you? I do agree that Tesla is something I'm going to add to maybe today. It's only up $2. We'll get to that chart. Yes, Baba was good. So Sam Sachs says Baba was good. I have a Baba call spread on. My Baba call spread's probably just going to make up for grab and make up for toast. So that's good. At least one will wash out the others, and then I could just trade. We can get done with this damn earnings season. So that's good. What's up, Maria? How are you? Microsoft, some quantum news. That's what the catalyst was. Microsoft has lost a little bit of its identity. So when Microsoft came out with the news of quantum computing, a new chip, maybe people said, hey, Microsoft's done nothing for 9 months, and then connect that technically with getting above that 410.50, and it was wound up. That's your go time. I say, how do you develop your go time? I develop my go time by my morning process, by my fitness, by the sauna, by my ice barrel. So when I see things, I see it clearly. And then I was actually doing my push-ups with Red Dog Mindset at 1 o'clock, and I looked at the market coming in. Then I saw, Microsoft holding 411. I actually texted trade support, add Microsoft, so they saw it blink. By the time I came back, it was at 413.75, and boom, that's how you connect the dots. You're not even at your desk. Sometimes it's easier to see relative strength when you're not at your desk. But anyway, thoughts on Wolf? I think the miners are horrible. Why the SMCI flush? It had a big move. I actually gave you guys a chart yesterday telling you where resistance would be, where it would probably be a sell, and it went there right at that area. People have made good money short that thing. HIMS, I'd be careful. It's a high valuation name. It might fall into the same category as some of these other ones, so I'd be a little careful. Is the Alpha team and Twitter subscriptions the same? No. The Alpha team is professional traders that trade all day long with me, about 500 members, and they, and there's a cost to it, but basically they hear me on the radio from 9:15 to 11:30 talking about what I'm seeing. They see my positions flash. So that's what the Alpha team is. What was the other part of that question? Anyway, yes, yesterday Mr. was a little annoying. 2 days ago, Mr. showed relative strength to Bitcoin. I was long options, and then I got stopped out of the stock, and I added some options for April, though. I'm going out to April. Yeah, it's different than Twitter subscription. CELH breaking a huge downside channel. Well, it's got numbers coming out today. There's a lot of optimism about CELH. I get it. A lot of people have been buying this thing for 4 months and lost a lot of money. If you've been accumulating it for 4 months, all right, hopefully you get paid back and make some money. A nice conviction. Sometimes conviction can put you out of business. Sometimes it can make you a lot of money. I hope that everyone gets the news that they want. Anyway, let's move on. So, what was the level for SMCI that I put out there? Someone asked. Well, right here. This was the chart I had yesterday. I said SMCI just had a big move as it cleared 38 to 56. It's up again. Day 4 is usually a better sell than a buy. Some might try a cute short 65 to 68. This is what I wrote yesterday. This is what was posted to Redler All Access, and where did it get to? Right to 66. Okay, just all you could do is identify levels and then react. What's it doing this morning? It's down another $1.49. That was nice. Someone asked me if I think that when will like Amazon get better? When will Google get better? I kind of think now that some of the momentum is being lost in like a Reddit, in a Palantir, and some of these that perhaps you could be a buyer of. If you want to go out a few weeks, or a month and buy some Amazon options, you could do that. Or maybe this morning you could buy a little bit versus level here. I actually bought some Google calls yesterday, thinking that Google could break above this lower level the same way Microsoft did yesterday. It might not, but I'm just saying from 207 down to here, I bought some options just in case, and if it starts to act better, I'll buy the stock. Same thing I do with Microsoft. What I do with Microsoft is down here, I started buying a little bit of options, thinking, hey, maybe it's going to work, which was I bought the MSFU 37s, and then yesterday I put on the stock. So the Alpha team knows when I have options and I'm thinking about it, and then I have the stock both together, chances are that should be a bit more of a focus. Tesla, somebody asked me about. It's still broken. I think it got upgraded today. I am still long it. It has a nice little pocket pivot. I made good money yesterday. Could it get to 373 to 375? Maybe. Is it still kind of a battleground? It is. It's not above the 8-day. It's not acting special. It's just trying to prove that maybe it could work its way back to here. So I'm still in some. I don't know if I'm going to add to it. We'll see. Someone asked me, CELH. Nice candle yesterday. Everyone's declaring victories if they're up 100. So much. This is a little bit of a trade off the lows. Most people started trying to buy this thing around 32. It's still down here, but anyway, congratulations if you've been averaging down. I've seen small countries get put out of business for averaging down, but anyway, 26 is right here. If you want to be in for numbers, I would say buy 27.50s, sell the 32.50s. They'll probably cost you $1 to make 3. That's a nice 3-to-1 ratio. I might do it also, but I tried that here and lost money. I tried that here and lost money. So maybe this is the time. You could always go back to the trade. The stock didn't know when you were trying to do that. Intel is still extended. Oh, someone asked me about India. Let's switch some gears. India, you remember, was a hot market, right? India, what's it called? Hit a high in September 27th. Since then, this is 59 all the way down to 49. That's a decent move lower. If you were looking to reallocate some funds because you think, something might outperform, I told you guys in December to start accumulating the FXI for outperformance, and I think you could still accumulate the FXI. I think India could be something you could start buying a little bit. If you look at the weekly chart of India, you could start buying here, and chances are, if you need to buy a dip, you start tearing in, and then that's how you get some exposure to India. Someone was asking me how they can get exposure to India. That's how you can get exposure to India. Just saying. What do I think about IBIT? Oh, let's look at the weekly chart. This is your weekly chart on IBIT. So obviously it's not a big deal. Look at this big breakout move. So right now it's just trying to rebuild. You go to the daily chart, kind of held in there, right? I had to break a little bit below this range because the Bitcoin likes to stop people out. It likes to trap some shorts. So now if we can get above this 54.98 and continue, maybe that helps crypto a little bit. Crypto's been very, very choppy and not easy. Neve has asked me about Nike. Nike's like a broken trade, but broken trades have their day. This is a big downtrend. Seems like it might want to get above it. I know most of the kids that I know are all wearing On Clouds, or they're wearing other shoes, not really Nikes, but it is a big brand, and just do it. Anyway, it's down 34 cents. What I would do now is I would just take some options if you think it's going to get going. It had a breakdown before coming up. If it wants to hang in here, maybe there's a trade there. When's earnings? Earnings aren't for a while, I guess. So it's something. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys. It is 6:50. It is time for me to go. The indices are going higher, but it is a very specific trade. You are seeing your setups, and hopefully you're taking them. We'll see what Baba wants to do. I would not be buying Baba on this open. It's up 8, which is nice. So this, hopefully, I have this for earnings, and hopefully this will make up for my 2 bad ones, grab and toast, and then I'll make money trading, and then I'll be done with earnings plays. And then we'll just see some trades develop, some patterns continue, some sequences maybe hold force, and we'll continue to get our process strong. Good morning. Thank you, Maria. Have a great day, too. Have a great day, SC. Am I in Walmart this morning? No. But it's fine. What does Walmart look like? It's been a strong stock. I guess it makes sense. Walmart, Costco, you can get a good bang for your buck in those places. Did Walmart print yet? Walmart, not yet. So anyway, I'm not there. We'll see how, what goes on there. All right. Thursday, just so you guys remember, on Friday there's no 6:30 club. Okay, you got to do this all on your own. Your big dogs out there. What happens if Red Dog gets kidnapped? You got to be able to do your charts. You got to be able to do your exercise in the morning. You got to do things on your own. So I do it Monday through Thursdays, but tomorrow maybe I'll do a 9 o'clock. But a lot of time between now and then, a lot of decisions to be made. The only way you can make your decisions if you're thinking clearly, and if you're thinking clearly, at least you're in a position to, to press the buttons. No one's going to press the buttons for you. You have to have the confidence to do that. How do you build confidence? You do some things that you might doubt you could do, and then you do them, and then, hey, that's how you build some confidence. And the best promises you keep are the ones to yourselves. That's how you build self-esteem. Good luck today, my dogs.